Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my humble abode, my new office here. And today, actually, before I get into that, a lot of people have been asking, obviously, about my wedding. Just got married on September 1st, and it was absolutely just amazing. Everything went super smooth. There were no hitches. Everything just was great. Our bridal party was amazing, and just yeah, everything just went perfectly. So it's thank you for everyone for all your congratulations, much appreciated. And yeah, it was just a phenomenal weekend. And then can't wait till first week of December when we actually head to the Dominican for our honeymoon. So yeah, that's that. And but today, what I'm really here for you today is I want to take you to a little bit of metabolism school. There's a lot of kind of confusion in terms of some of the basics surrounding metabolism. What it is, how it increases, how it decreases. So I want to just go over a few of those things today. So first off, what I want to talk about is, what is metabolism? You hear it talk about all the time, and sometimes we're very unsure in terms of what it actually is. So an actual definition of it is it's pretty much a set of chemical reactions that occur in the body that allow you to sustain life, to carry on your digestion, your breathing, all your normal bodily processes. It's just essentially metabolism refers to that set of chemical reactions. But kind of more in layman's terms, what a lot of people kind of refer to it as is more the rate at which you burn calories. Plain and simple. That if your metabolism is higher, you're burning more calories. If your metabolism is lower, you're burning less calories. And so that's what essentially I'm going to be playing off of today. But I just want to kind of give you a quick little basic definition of that before I kind of dive in. So today I'm actually going to put you through a little bit of a quiz, which you can kind of answer yourself. So what I'm going to do here is this is going to be slows your metabolism or increases your metabolism. Okay? And I got a few questions here that I want to take you through. So now, first off, let me ask you, do you, now I got to remember what I was saying here. Okay, perfect. One of the first things that happens that when people want to go and lose weight and they want to go start on a diet and want to reduce their calories, one of the big things that they do though is that they dramatically drop their calories. So instead of having 2,000 calories a day, all of a sudden they drop down to 1,200 calories a day to try and get some quick results. But what happens when you do that is you actually you throw a little bit of a shock to your body in terms of, all of a sudden you were taking 2,000 calories a day, but now all of a sudden you're dropping it down to 1,200, and now you're carrying that on for a week or 2 weeks, 3, 4 weeks. So it throws the body a loop, and it's not exactly sure what to do. So because of that drastic drop in the calories, you're actually slowing your metabolism. So you get a big X right there. So when you really dramatically drop your calories, you might get an initial boost, and you might notice the pounds kind of come off quickly for the first little week or two. But if you really dramatically drop the calories like that, you're going to get a slowing of your metabolism, all right? And you're going to get a bit of a plateau going on. So what do you do to counteract that? Well, one of the biggest things that you can do is eat smaller, more frequent meals. We've heard it all the time. It's just a matter of incorporating that. So when you can eat smaller meals on a more consistent basis, you keep the calories burning from having to digest that food on a consistent basis, right? So that's right there. Now, one of the things that we want to make sure that we don't do though is when we're eating smaller, more frequent meals, we want to make sure it's real food, right? We want to stay away from the packaged food. We want to stay away from anything that's processed and refined, because that doesn't take very much energy to break down in our bodies. So it's essentially broken down very quickly into sugar, and our body absorbs it like that. Whereas we want whole foods in their whole real form, like you would get them out of the ground. And when that happens, that digestion is slow. It takes a lot more work for the body to do that. So again, we're increasing metabolism that way. All right. So number two, what I want to ask you, again, a lot of the time when people go to start losing weight or wanting to go out and lose weight, one of the biggest things that people start off doing is this long, slow, boring cardio. And if you've read my blog before, you've heard this, that it doesn't work. All right. And what you're doing is, yes, you're in the fat burning zone, but you take 3, 5, 10 times as long to burn the same amount of calories as you would in a short, higher intensity type of workout. And when that happens, you are burning fat as fuel, but if you do that on a consistent basis over and over and over again, your body starts to adapt to that. So then it wants to keep more fat on the body to use it as its fuel source. right? And that's why you get such a bigger difference in terms of body shape and style and aesthetics of a marathoner compared to a sprinter. All right, so what you want to do, we don't want to be doing that long, slow, boring cardio, because what that is eventually going to do is you end up using muscle, and if you are reducing your calories at the same time, you're going to break down muscle. Less muscle on your body means you're going to slow down that metabolism as well. All right, so what you want to do is more of the higher intensity interval type training, you know, similar to like what we do in boot camp, where we're doing high knees on the spot really fast, or we do 30 or 45 seconds of a hard run and then we get a little bit of a break and then we'll do that again. It's actually exactly what we did in boot camp this morning. So you want to have that interval training where you go really hard for a little bit and then we bring it down, really hard for a bit and we bring it down. And that will definitely help to increase your metabolism. And one of the big things about that is it's not so much about the calories that you burn during the workout, but what you burn after the workout. All right, because with a higher intensity style type of workout, you're actually going to burn a lot more calories after the workout, which is very, very, very important. And that's how you end up burning a lot more calories. All right, now number 3. All right, oh shoot, and my computer, oh, I got it, don't worry. All right. Along with taking that long, slow, boring cardio, a lot of the time, as a result of doing that, we take out weight training. And that is one of the biggest things that we don't want to do. All right, resistance training, weight training is one of the best things we can possibly do for our metabolism. All right, muscle on the body is very metabolically active. It takes a lot of energy to keep it going. So the more muscle you have on your body, the more calories you're going to be burning throughout the day, just even when you're at rest. All right, so one of the biggest things is that if we stop weight training, we are going to be slowing down that metabolism. Especially as we start to get 30 years and above, what happens is that our body processes start to slow down. If we're not doing weight training, we're losing that muscle mass on our body. And losing that muscle mass, again, because it's very metabolically active, if we're losing it, we're also lowering our metabolism. So what we want to do, obviously the opposite, we want to weight train. We want to do some sort of, even if it's just body weight training, we want to do some sort of exercise where you're pulling, you're pushing, you're squatting, lunging, to be able to utilize those muscles and develop that muscle. All right, so that's going to speed up our metabolism. And the last thing I want to cover today is, do you skip breakfast in the morning? All right, a lot of people have a tendency to do, I'm just not hungry in the morning. Whatever it is, even if it's something small, you know, there's a reason it's called breakfast, is you're breaking the fast, right? You want to have even something small, like even if it's half a banana, an apple or something like that, just to get your day started. Because what it does, it gives your body something to start its processes. It gives it a little bit of fuel, some sugars, to be able to start doing what's required of it for the rest of the day. And it gets just everything moving and everything started. If you go and you're going 1, 2, 3 hours without eating, your body again starts to go into that starvation mode. It's like, my body is not receiving calories, it's not receiving food. So when I do finally eat food, I want to keep it because I don't know when I'm going to get fed next. That's essentially kind of what your body starts to do. Wasn't me. And so we want to try to have some sort of breakfast. So if you are skipping breakfast in the morning, again, we're going to be slowing that metabolism down. So we want to try to have something within the first hour of getting up in the morning. All right, even if you are, like for boot camp, if you're coming out for a 6 a.m. boot camp, or having an early morning workout of your own, you want to have a little something. You know, at the very, very, very least, have a big glass of water. But I try to recommend having something with a little bit of sugar in it so that it can give your body a little bit of fuel. You know, like fruit, for example, is a great option for first thing in the morning. And just test out some different options for you. Sometimes you can eat a bigger meal. Other people can only have a very light meal. But just to give you something to feed off of. All right? So hopefully that makes sense. And I want to quickly go through this again, go through that test to see how you're doing in terms of that. So with number 1, are you, if you're going to lower your calories, are you dramatically dropping them when you want to go and do that? All right. If you do that, you're going to lower your metabolism. What you want to do is slowly and gradually decrease the calories over time. All right. So like every couple weeks, maybe decrease by 100 or 200 calories. And then that way your body gets used to it and knows what to do. All right. Here, are you going and doing long, slow, boring cardio? Or are you going and doing the higher intensity type of interval training? If you're doing the long, slow, boring cardio, you're slowing that metabolism down. All right. Are you skipping out on weight training? Very, very important aspect. But if we miss out on that, we're losing muscle mass and therefore our metabolism is dropping. And lastly, are you skipping breakfast? All right, we need to break that fast. We need to be able to have something to start up that body process, start up that metabolism, rev it up. Essentially, giving fuel to your car is essentially what you're doing, right? So if you're missing that, your car is just going to be chugging along until you finally start to fuel it, right? So what you can do though, even if you're not doing any of these, you can start, right? If it feels like you're not doing any of those and it just feels like there's so much that you're not doing, just a little bit of moving forward can make a difference. Small decisions every single day make a big difference. A lot of the time we have this mentality of all or nothing, but we need to start switching that mentality of all or something. Every day do a small step towards moving forward. Every day take a small step towards going from this top level down to this bottom level of increase your metabolism. Every little small bit counts. You may not see it right away, but we got to trust in the process of doing that. So hopefully that makes sense. I hope that gave you some good valuable information. So this is Jonathan with Fit Body Bootcamp and Jonathan Learner Fitness, and that was your metabolism school for the day.